And I came here in 1986 to run it for myself, and I signed the papers, and I was owner of the Red Barn Incorporated. People come in here for the experience, more so than I think anything else. And they love the fact that somebody's actually taking the time to listen. Maybe you learn in proportion to how much you listen and care. If you can find that balance between doing what you love that isn't really work, that might pay the bills, and can resonate with people and actually to some extent help people. Without my customers, I would be doing what I don't love, guaranteed.
Hello everyone and welcome to As You Like It. I am Emily Rowden-Fournier. I am the producer of the Recycled Shakespeare Company, and I had the honor of getting to direct our wonderful cast. A little history on the company. We were founded in 2013. My family was sitting on a beach and we're like, let's do something for William Shakespeare, and we formed a theater company. Our company is founded on the mission of making Shakespeare and theater accessible to everyone. We use recycled materials, repurposed materials, and every play that we do is free to the public. So we are very excited. This is our 4th season, and this year we received our 501c3. So all your donations are now tax deductible. Please feel free, you can make a donation. In the donation bucket, you can get some yummy refreshments. I think we have some stuff, art things to sell. So please make your way over there at some point while during the show. We don't mind if you get up and move around a little bit. If you are having difficulty hearing, please feel free to come forward. You don't have to sit so far back if you're having trouble hearing. We do have some things that we are competing with, such as the traffic on Main Street and Front Street. So if our actors pause for a moment, it's probably because there's a truck or a motorcycle or an emergency vehicle going by, and we want you to hear this wonderful script. We will not be taking an intermission, but if you do need to use the restroom, the Opera House is open right now, and they are being very nice and letting us use it. Is there anything? Please feel free to take photos and videos of tonight's production. CATV is here and they're recording for us as well, so look for it on your local access channel. If you do take photos or videos, please share them with us on our Facebook page. It's facebook.com/recycledshakespeare. Some of you guys were able to get programs. We ran out. But I want to tell you about some upcoming events that we have. On July 17th and 18th, we will have auditions for Macbeth. We are open to any new talent, regardless of age or ability. Some of the actors that you'll see today, well, they range in age from 6 to 75 years old. Some of them have acted before, and others, this is I would say their first time on the stage, but we've done 2 other plays a couple weekends ago. But this production was their first opportunity on the stage. We have Macbeth, the date on it that is on the program, I crossed it out. We've changed it to the weekend following the 20th and 21st of October, so perfect in time for Halloween. We have other fun things, 24-hour play. We will be doing some babysitting during the Taste of Waterville. We are going to be at the yard sale next weekend in Railroad Square during Myth. So please check us out, find us on Facebook, and enjoy the show.
As I remember, Adam, as thou sayest, charge my brother on his blessing to breed me well, and there begins my sadness. My brother Jacques, he keeps at school and report speaks goldenly of his prophet. For my part, he keeps me rustically at home, or to speak more properly, keeps me at home unkept. For call you this housing of a gentleman of my birth, that differs not than the stalling of an ox. His horses are bred better than I, his brother, who is as much bound to him as his animals on his dunghill. And this nothing that he so plentifully gives me, the thing that nature gave to me, his countenance seems to take from me. This is it, Adam, that grieves me so, and the spirit of my father, which I think is within me, begins to mutiny against this servitude. I will no longer endure it, though I know no wise remedy of how to avoid it.
Oh, Mr. Charles, what's the new news at the new court?
There's no news at the court, sir, but the old news, which is the old Duchess has been banished by her sister, the new Duchess. And 3 or 4 loving lords have followed her into voluntary exile. Their lands and revenues so enrich the new Duchess, she gives them good leave to wander.
Oh, can you tell me, Rosalind, the Duchess's daughter, is she banished with her mother?
No, senor. For her cousin, the Duchess's daughter, ever from their cradles being bred together, so loved her that she would have followed her into exile or died to stay behind her. And so she is at court, and no less beloved of the Duchess than her own daughter. And never 2 ladies have loved as they do.
And you're going to wrestle tomorrow before the new Duchess.
I do, senor. And I have come to acquaint you with the matter. I'm given to understand that your master, Orlando, intends to come against me in disguise to try a fall. Tomorrow, senor, I wrestle for mi machismo, and any man who walks away without some broken limb, acquit him well. And so I come to you, that you may either brook him from his intendment, or bear such disgrace as may befall. If he walks away alone, I will wrestle for prize no more. And so I say, vaya con Dios, senor.
Rosalind, sweet my coz, be merry.
Dear Celia, I show more mirth than I am mistress of. And would you yet I were merrier? Unless you could teach me to forget a banished mother, you must not learn me how to remember any extraordinary pleasure.
Herein, I see thou lovest me not with the full extent that I love thee. If my aunt, thy mother, had banished thy aunt, the Duchess, my mother, and I still been with you, I could have taught my heart to take your mother for mine own. But I see the weight of your love is not so righteously tempered as mine is to thee.
Well, I will forget the condition of my estate. True joy, in yours.
You know my mother hath no child but I, and nor is like to have. For what she hath taken from your mother perforce, I will render thee again in affection. And if I should break that oath, let me turn monster. So therefore, my sweet Rose, my dear Rose, be merry.
I will, coz, and devise sport. Let me see. What think you of falling in love?
I think it a sport you should not take part in, for in good honor come off again.
What shall be our sport then?
We should mock the good housewife's fortune from her wheel, that her gifts may be bestowed equally.
I would we could do so, for her benefits are mightily misplaced, and the bountiful blind woman doth most mistake in her gifts to women.
'Tis true, for though she makes fair, she scarce makes honest, and though she makes honest, she makes ill-favoredly.
Nay, now thou goest from fortune's office to nature's. Fortune reigns in the gifts of the world, not in the lineaments of nature.
How now, wit, whither wander you?
Ladies, you must come away with me to your mother.
Were you made the messenger?
No, but by mine honor, I was bid to come for thee.
Where learn you that oath, fool?
The pity that fools cannot do wisely what wise men do foolishly.
'Tis true, for the little wit that fools have is silenced by the little foolery that wise men have.
Here comes Monsieur Lebeau, with his mouth full of news.
That he'll put on us as pigeons feed their young.
Then will we be news crammed.
All the better, we'll be more marketable.
Fair princess, you have lost much good sport.
Sport? Of what color?
What color? How shall I answer you?
As wit and fortune will.
Or as a destiny's decree.
Well said. That was laid on with a trowel.
Nay, I pray not that I keep my rank.
Thou losest thy old smell.
You amaze me, ladies. I would have told you of good wrestling that you have lost the sight of.
You tell us the manner of the wrestling.
I will tell you the beginning, and if it pleases you, you may see the end.
The beginning is dead and buried.
There comes an old man and his 3 sons.
I could match this beginning with an old tale.
3 young men of excellent growth and presence.
With bills on their necks, be it known unto all men by these presents.
The eldest of the 3 wrestled with Charles, the Duchess's wrestler, and in an instant threw him and broke 3 of his ribs, that there is little hope of life in him. And so the second, and so the third. Yonder lie the poor old man, making such pitiful dole over them, that all take part in weeping.
Alas!
But, monsieur, what is the sport that the ladies have lost sight of?
This that I speak of.
'Tis true, men grow wiser every day, but 'tis the first time I've heard of breaking ribs, sport for ladies.
Or I promise thee.
Shall we see the wrestling, cousin?
You must if you stay here, for here is the place where they will wrestle, and they are ready to perform it.
Yonder, here they come. Let us stay and see it.
Come on, since the youth will not be entreated his own peril on his forwardness.
Is yonder the man?
Even he, madam.
He is so young, yet he looks successfully.
How now, daughter and cousin? Have you crept hither to see the wrestling?
Aye, my liege, so please you give us leave.
You'll take little delight in it, I can tell you. There are such odds in the man. In pity of the challenger's youth, I would fain dissuade him, but he will not be entreated. Speak to him, ladies. See if you can move him.
Call him forward, Monsieur Lebeau.
Monsieur the challenger, the princess calls for you.
I attend them with all respect to duty.
Young man, have you challenged Charles, the wrestler?
No, fair princess. He is but the general challenger. I come but in, as others do, to try with him the strength of my youth.
Young gentleman, if you had seen yourself with your eyes, or knew yourself with your judgment, because you've seen cruel proof of what this man can do, the fear of your adventure would drive you to a more equal enterprise. So for your sake, we pray you don't wrestle.
What are these weird screaming beasts?
Carry on, carry on.
Do not wrestle, young sir, for your reputation will not therefore be misprized. We'll make it our suit to the Duchess that the wrestling might not go forward.
I beseech you, punish me not with your hard thoughts, wherein I confess me much guilty to deny such fair and excellent ladies anything. But let your fair eyes and gentle wishes go with me to my trial, wherein if I be foiled, there is but one shamed that was never gracious.
What little strength I have, I would it were with you.
And mind, eke out hers.
Come, where is this gallant who is so desirous to lie with his mother, the earth?
Ready, sir, but his will happen to more modest working.
You shall try but one fall.
No, I warrant your grace. Do not entreat him to a second which hath so mightily persuaded him from the first.
You mean to mock me after you should not have mocked me before? But come your ways.
All right, I got 2-1 on Charles.
Oh, no. Oh, master. Oh, master, no.
You gotta do better than that, Charles. Let's
betting on
go.
You better win or else. Come on.
Charles.
Get that
Run.
one.
Get him.
Get it.
Run.
No,
Get him.
It's okay. Yeah, get back up. I bet money on you. Go. It's okay. One more time. No.
go, Charles.
Orlando wins this thing. Come on.
Keep going.
Keep going.
No.
He's out. Pay me.
No more.
Yes, I beseech your grace. I am not yet full breathed.
How dost thou, Charles?
He cannot speak, my lady.
Bear him away.
Well, that was fake gold.
Cheater.
And what is your name, young man?
Orlando, my liege, youngest son of Sir Rowland de Boys.
Oh, I would thou hast been son to some man else. The world esteemed thy father honorable, but I did find him still mine enemy. Thou shouldst have better pleased me with this deed hadst thou descended from another house. But fare thee well, thou art a gallant youth. I would thou hast told me of another father.
Were I my mother, would I do this?
I'm more proud to be Sir Rowland's son, his youngest son, than to change that calling to be adopted to heir Frederica.
You can have her.
Had I before known this young man to be Sir Rowland's son, whom my mother loved dearly, I would have given him tears unto entreaties, ere he should thus have ventured.
Gentle cousin, let us go and thank and encourage him. Young gentleman, congratulations on winning.
Gentlemen, wear this for me. One out of suits with fortune that could give more, but that her hands lack means. Shall we go, cousin?
Aye, we shall. Fare ye well, gentlemen.
Can I not say I thank you? My better parts are all thrown down. What stands appears but a mere lifeless block.
He calls us back. My heart fell with my fortune. Did you call, sir?
Will you go, cuz?
Have with you. Fare you well.
What passion hangs these weights upon my tongue? I cannot speak, yet she urged conference. Oh, poor Orlando, thou art overthrown, for Charles or something weaker masters thee.
Good sir, I do in friendship counsel you to leave this place. All that you have deserved, high commendation, true applause, and love. But yet with the Duchess's condition that she misconstrues all that you have done.
I thank you. I pray you, sir, tell me this. Which of the two was the daughter of the Duchess here at the wrestling?
None is her daughter if we judge by manners, but yet the lesser is her daughter. Other is daughter to the banished Duchess. Here detained by her usurping aunt to keep her daughter company. And the Duchess is angry with her because the people pity her for her good mother's sake. Fare you well. Hereafter, in a better world than this, I do desire much more love and knowledge.
I rest much fun done to you, fare you well. And thus I must go from smoke to smother, from tyrant Duchess to tyrant brother. But heavenly Rosalind,
Why, cousin? Why, Rosalind? What, not a word?
Not one to throw at a dog.
Your words are too precious to be thrown upon curs. Throw them at me. Lame me with reason.
And then there were two cousins laid up, one lamed with reason and the other mad without any.
But is all this for your mother?
No, some of it is for my child's father. Oh, how full of briars is this working day world.
They have but burrs thrown upon you in holiday foolery.
If they were burrs in my petticoat, I could shake them off, but these burrs are in my heart.
Hem them away.
I try, if I could cry hem and have him.
Come, come, wrestle with thy affections.
They play the part of a better wrestler than myself. Here comes the Duchess.
With her eyes full of anger.
Mistress, dispatch you with your safest haste and get you from our court.
Me, Aunt?
You, cousin, within these 10 days, if thou best found so near our public court as 20 miles, thou diest for it.
I do beseech your grace. Let the knowledge of my faults bear with me. Never so much as in a thought unborn did I offend your highness.
Thus do all traitors. If their purgation did consist in words, they are as innocent as grace itself. Let it suffice thee that I trust thee not.
Yet your mistrust cannot make me a traitor. Tell me whereon the likelihood depends.
Thou art thy mother's daughter. There's enough.
So was I when your highness took her duchy. So was I when your highness banished her. Treason is not inherited, my lady. Or, if we did derive it from our friends, what's that to me? My mother was no traitor. Then good, my liege, mistake me not so much to think my poverty is treacherous.
Dear sovereign, hear me speak.
Aye, Celia, we stayed her for your sake, else had she with her mother ranged along.
I was too young to know her then, but I know her now, and if you banish her, you banish me.
She is too subtle for thee, and her smoothness, her very silence, and her patience speak to the people, and they pity her for it. Thou art a fool. She robs thee of thy name, and thou wilt show more bright and seem more virtuous when she's gone. Then open not thy lips. Firm and irrevocable is my doom which I have passed upon her. She's banished.
Then pronounce that sentence on me, my liege.
You are a fool. You, cousin, if you outstay the time upon mine honor and in the greatness of my word, you die.
Oh, cousin Rosalind, what should we do?
I have cause to be grievous.
How so? My mother just banished me.
That she hath not.
No, hath not. Then Rosalind lacks the love that shows her that her and I are one. And if you're banished, well, so am I. And if you leave without me, I'll die without your company.
Why, whither shall we go?
To the forest of Arden to seek your mother.
Alas, what dangers will it be to us, maids as we are, to travel forth so far? Beauty provoketh thieves sooner than gold.
'Tis true, for I will besmirch my face with dirt, and put myself in poor means, and will go along unknowingly.
Were it not better, cousin, that I did dress myself in all points like a man?
But what would you call yourself?
I'll have no worse a name than Jove's own page. Therefore, call me Ganymede. But what shall you be called?
Nothing less than my state. So therefore, Aliena.
But cousin, what if we essayed to steal the clownish fool from your mother's court? Would he not be a comfort to our travels?
Aye, he would. Go, let me stay and woo him. He'll go willingly. Go and get our stuff ready and devise a time when we should leave safely. And let us leave into liberty and not banishment.
Who's there?
Oh, my young master. Oh, my gentle master. Oh, your praises has come too swiftly before you. Oh, what a world this is. When something is comely, envenoms him that bears it.
Why? What's the matter?
Oh, unhappy youth. Come not within these doors, within this roof. The enemy of all your graces lives. Your brother. No brother. hath heard of your praises. And this night he means to burn the lodging where you used to lie, and you within it. Oh, if he fail at that, he has other means to cut you off. I overheard him and his practices. This is no place. This house is but a butchery. Abhor it, fear it, do not enter it.
Why, whither, Adam, wouldst thou have me go?
No matter whither, do not enter here.
Huh. Why, wouldst thou have me go and beg my food, or base and boisterous sword, and force the thievish living among the common road? This I must do, or not know what to do. Yet this I will not do. Do how I can. I'd rather subject myself to the malice of diverted, bloody brother.
Oh, but do not so. I have 500 crowns. The thrifty hire I saved under your father, which I did store. Oh, be a comfort to my age. Here's the gold. And all this I give you. Let me be your servant. Oh, though I look old, yet I am strong and lusty. I'll do the service of a younger man in all your business and necessities.
Oh, good old man, how well in thee appears, when service sort is for duty, not for meed. We'll go along together, and ere we'll have thy youthful wages spent, and we'll light upon some settled low content.
Master, go on. I will follow thee to my last gasp with truth and loyalty. From 17 years and nearly 80, here lived I. But I live here no more.
Oh, Jupiter, how weary are my spirits.
I care not for my spirits if my legs were not weary.
I could find in my heart to disgrace my men's apparel and to cry like a woman. But I must comfort the weaker vessel. Else doublet and hose ought show itself courageous to petticoat. Therefore, courage, good Ileana.
I think we left her back at the beginning.
I pray you, bear with me. I can go no further.
For my part, I'd rather bear this with you than bear you. For if I bear you, I shall bear no cross, because methinks you have no money.
Well, this is the forest of Arden.
Now I am in Arden. The more fool I, and the happier I was at home. But travelers must be content.
Aye, be so, good Touchstone. Look who comes here, a young man and an old in solemn talk.
I told you that is why she scorns you the more.
O Corn, that thou knewest how I do love her.
I do know somewhat. I have loved before.
Ha! No, Corn, being old thou canst not guess. But in thy youth thou wert as true a lover as ever sat upon a midnight pillow. But if thou love were ever like to mine, as I believe no man has ever loved so, how many actions so ridiculous hast thou been drawn into by thy fantasy?
Only 1,000 that I've forgotten.
Oh, then thou hast not loved so heartily. If thou canst remember the slightest folly that love has made thee run into, thou hast not loved. Or if thou hasn't sat, as I sit now, wearing in thy mistress's praise, thou hast not loved. Or if thou hast not broken company, abruptly as my passion now makes me, thou hast not loved. Oh, Phoebe, Phoebe, Phoebe.
Alas, poor shepherd, in searching of thy wound I have by hard adventure found mine own.
I remember when I was in love, and I broke my sword upon a stone, and bid him take that for the coming a night, to Jane's smile. But as we, and I was mortal, and love his nature's mortal folly.
Thou speakest wiser than thou art ware of.
I ne'er be wear my own wit, till I break my shins upon it.
Jove, Jove, the shepherd's passion is much upon my fashion.
And yet it grows something stale with me, in a mat of rum.
One of you question yon woman, as if for gold she'll trade us food. I faint almost to death.
Holla, you clown!
Peace, fool, she's not thy kinsman.
You look... You're better, sir.
Else it would be very wretched indeed.
Peace, I say. Good even to you, friend.
And to you, gentle sir, to all of you.
I pray you, if that for love or gold can in this desert place by entertainment, bring us where we may rest ourselves and feed. Here is a young maid with travel much oppressed who faints for succor.
Oh, I pity her, gentle sir, and I wish, for her sake rather than my own, that my fortune was such that I could relieve her. But I am a shepherd to another man. I do not shear the fleece that I graze. My master is of churlish disposition, who recks little to find his way to heaven by doing deeds of hospitality. But his coat and his flocks and his bounds of grain are now for sale. They're at the sheep's gate right now. Because of his absence, he's unable to provide food, but what is, come with me, and I will offer you hospitality with my own voice.
What is he that will buy the flock and pasture?
Oh, that swain that you've seen sitting around here, but I know he's not going to buy anything.
I pray you, if it stand with honesty, buy thou the cottage, pasture, and the flock, and you'll have to pay for it of us.
We'll mend thee for thy wages. I like this place. I could willingly waste my time in it.
Assuredly, it will be sold. So, if you check the receipts, the soil, the profits, this way of life, and I will be your faithful servant, and you can pay for it with your gold most readily.
You show it to us.
Come along.
You're gonna make me a shepherd, aren't you?
Yep.
Under the greenwood tree, who loves to lie with me, tuning his merry note unto the sweet bird's throat. Come hither, come hither, come hither. Here shall I see no enemy, but winter and rough weather. Here, under the greenwood tree.
More, more, I prithee more.
It'll make you melancholy, Monsieur Jacques.
Then I think it. I can suck melancholy out of a song like a weasel sucks eggs. More, more, I prithee more.
My voice is ragged. I cannot please you.
I don't desire you to please me. I desire you to sing. Come, another stanzo. Call you stanzos?
What you will, Monsieur Jacques.
Nay, it matters not what they're called. They owe me nothing. Will you sing? And you that will not, hold your tongues.
More at your request than to please myself.
I don't desire you to please me. I desire you to sing. For when someone gives me a request, and I give them a thanks, they give me I feel as though they're giving me a beggarly penny, and I've given them a thanks. Come, sing. And you that will not, hold your tongues.
Well, I'll finish the song. Sirs, cover the while. The Duchess drinks under this tree. She hath been all this day to look you.
And I've been all this day to avoid her. For She thinks of as many matters as I do, but is too boastful of them. Come, Warble, come. Sing.
Who'd of the mission shone, who loves to live by the sun, seeking the food he eats, and pleased with what he gets. Come hither, come hither, come hither. Here shall he see no enemy, but winter and rough weather. Here under the greenwood tree.
I will give you a verse that I writ in spite my own invention.
And I'll sing it.
Thus it goes. If it do come to pass, how any man turn ass, given his wealth and ease, a stubborn will to please, Duke Dame, Duke Dame, Duke Dame, here shall he see gross fools as he, and he shall come to me.
Scram!
What is this, Duke Dame?
It is a Greek invocation to gather fools into a circle. It's funny. Laugh. I will leave, and I will try to sleep. If I cannot, I'll rail against the firstborn of Egypt.
You do that.
I will.
We'll go seek the Duchess. Her banquet is prepared.
Oh, gentle master. Oh, I can go no further. I die for food. Oh, oh, here lie I down and measure my grave.
Why, how now, Adam? No greater heart in thee. Live a little, comfort a little, cheer thyself a little. If this uncobbed forest yields anything savage, I will either be fought for it or bring it for food to thee. So for my sake, be comfortable, hold death a while like arm's end, and I will be with thee presently. And if I bring thee not something to eat, I give thee leave to die. But if thou die before I return, thou art a mocker of my labor. Yet thou liest in the bleak air. Come, I will bear thee to some shelter.
Oh.
And thou shalt not die from lack of dinner. If there live anything in this forest, cheerily, good Adam.
Thy father's father wore it, and thy father bore it. The horn, the lusty horn, is not a thing to laugh, to scorn.
I fear he be transformed into a beast, for I can find him nowhere.
Surely he was here a moment ago listening to into a song.
If he come back to Johnsboro musical, we shall have discord in the spheres. Go, find him. Tell him I need to speak with him.
Oh, he saves my labor by his own approach.
Why now, Monsieur? What a life thee has! Your friends must woo your company, while you go along merrily.
A fool, a fool. I met a fool in the forest. A worthy fool. Oh, a motley fool. I'm ambitious. Motley, the only wear.
And what fool is this?
It is a fool, a noble fool, who says he was a courtier. He swears, and says, if ladies be but young and fair, they have the gift to know it. A fool. Oh, what a fool. I am ambitious for a motley coat.
And thou shalt have one.
It will be my only suit, and I will comment on whom I may.
Fie on thee, I know what thou would do.
What would I do but good?
Most mischievous foul sin. You would bring the headed evils into the world.
Why, who cries pride and taxes private parties? But look, who comes here?
Forbear, eat no more!
Why, we have eaten none yet.
Nor shall not till necessity be served.
What costs with this?
Are you so bold because of your distress, or just ill of manners?
You would touch my vein at first. The thorny point of bare distress hath taught me from the show of smooth civility. But yet I am inland bred and know some nurture. But, stop eating! You're not allowed to touch any until I and my affairs be answered.
I see there's no reasoning with thee. Therefore, I die.
What would have you? Your gentleness was forceless more than your force give us be gentle.
I almost died for food. Let me have it!
Sit down, feed at our table.
Speak you so gently. Pardon me, I pray you. I thought everything had been savage here. So, I put on the brave countenance of stern commandment. But let gentleness be my guide, in which I hope I blush and hide my sword.
True, we have seen better days, but come, sit with us in gentleness, and feed, take what you need.
Well then forbear your food a while longer, whilst, like a doe, I go find my fawn and bring it food. There is an old poor man who hath after me many weary step, limped in pure love, oppressed by 2 weak evils, age and hunger. Till he be first sufficed, I will not touch a bit.
Go, find him. We will touch nothing till you return.
I thank ye, and be blessed for your good comfort.
Thou see, we are not all alone and unhappy in this world. Our woes bring on a pageant, and a stage we all play in.
Hold this one. All the world's a stage, and men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances. And one man in his time plays many parts, his act being 7 ages. First, the infant, mewling and puking in the nurse's arms. Then, the whiny schoolboy with satchel and shining morning face, creeping like snail unwillingly to school. And then the lover, sighing like furnace, making woeful ballads to his mistress's eyebrow. And then the soldier, jealous in honor, quick in quarrel, seeking the bubble reputation even in the cannon's mouth. And then the justice, with fair round belly, with good cape on line, eyes severe, and beard of formal cut, full of wise saws in modern instances. And so he plays his part. The 6th age shifts to the lean and slippered pantaloons, with spectacles on nose and pouch on side. His youthful hose, well saved, a world too wide for his shrunk strength. Give me that. His big, manly voice, turning again towards a childish treble, pipes and whistles in his sound. Last scene of all that ends this strange and eventful history is second childishness and mere oblivion. Sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans everything.
Dying of hunger, yet you seem to weigh plenty.
Welcome. Sit down your burden and let him feed.
I thank ye most for him.
Welcome. I will not trouble you about your fortunes.
So-
Take what you need and feed.
So had you need. I can scarce speak to thank you for myself. Oh.
Come, give us some music. Good cousin, sing. Blow, blow the winter wind. Blow, blow the winter wind. Thou art not so unkind as man's ingratitude, as man's ingratitude. Thy tooth is not so keen, because thou art not seen. Although thy breath be rude, although thy breath be rude, hi ho, sing hi ho, unto the green holly. Most friendship is feigning, most loving mere folly. As high ho the holly, this life is most jolly. As you say, you are Sir Rowland's son. I can tell by looking at you. I am the Duchess who loved your father so. So come with me to my cave, and we'll discuss your fortunes.
Can it be that no men saw them? It cannot be. Some villains of our court are in consent and sufferance in this.
I cannot hear of any that did see them. The ladies, her attendants of her chamber, saw her abed, and in the morning, early, met the room untreasured of their mistress. My lady, the royalish clown, at whom swapped your grace, was wont to laugh, is also missing. His fear, the princess's gentlewoman, confesses that she secretly o'erheard your daughter and cousin talking about the wrestler who defeated the sinewy Charles. She thinks that youth is surely in their presence.
So many off to the forest. Let us in search of them.
sing there my verse, in witness of my love. And thou, thrice crowned queen of night, survey with thy chaste eye from thy pale sphere above. And thy huntress name that thy full life doth sway. O Rosalind, these trees will be my books, and in their barks my thoughts out character. Run, run, Orlando, carve on every tree the fair, the chaste, the unexpressive she.
What do you think of this shepherd's way of life, Touchstone?
In respect of itself, it is a good life. In the shepherd's life, it is not. It is a solitary life. This pleaseth me. But as it is a private life, it is very vile. It's a life in the fields. This pleaseth me. But it is not a life in court. Therefore is tedious. A sparse life. Now look you, it fits my humor, but it goes much against my stomach, for there is no plenty in it. Hast thou any philosophy, shepherd?
Well, in that if someone is sick, they are well ill at ease. And if they have no money or means or content, they are without three good friends. And the property of rain is to be wet, and fire to burn, and green pastures make fat sheep, and the cause of night is a lack of sun. And if you're without wit, either from nature or from arts, you can either brag of good lineage, or you can complain of very dull ancestors.
Thou art wise, shepherd. Wert thou ever in court?
No, truly.
Then thou art damned.
No, I hope.
Thou art damned like an ill-roasted egg, all on one side.
Because I'm not at court, your reasons.
If thou was never in court, thou'st never learned good manners. If thou'st never learned good manners, then thou art wicked. Wickedness being a sin, therefore thou art damned.
The ways of the court are very different than the ways in the country. The ways in the court are laughable as compared to our ways in the country are laughable. You say you don't salute, you kiss hands instead. That would be very uncleanly if the courtier were a shepherd.
Shallow shepherd, instance.
Well, sheep, the ewes have not dropped all of their lambs yet, and the lambs are greasy.
Is not the sweat of a man as wholesome as the grease of a mutton? Shallow shepherd, again.
Our hands are hard.
Then your lips shall feel them sooner. Yet again.
We use tar in the surgery of our sheep. And would you have us kiss tar?
Worms meat.
Besides, the courtier's hands are perfumed.
Worms meat, shepherd, in respect of a good piece of flesh. Mend the instance again.
Your courtly ways are too little out west.
Wilt thou rest, damn? God make incision in thee, shepherd. Thou art wrong.
I am a true laborer. I earn the food I eat. I get the clothes I wear. I owe no man hate. I envy no man's success. And I am happy for his every profit. content with my own calm and that's it.
Well, there's a simple sin in you yet, shepherd. You choose to earn your living by bringing the ewes and the rams together to earn your wages by the copulation of cattle. That is a sin, and therefore, if the hell has no shepherds, I see how not else you speak.
Here comes my Mr. Ganymede. He's the brother of my new mistress.
Come hear this. From east to western Ind, no jewel is like Rosalind. Her worth being mounted on the wind, through all the world bears Rosalind.
Can you believe this crap?
All the pictures fairest lined are but black to Rosa lined. Let no fair be kept in mind but the fair of Rosalind.
I'll rhyme you 8 years together. Dinner, lunch, and sleeping hours expected.
Out, fool.
Come here, shepherd, come here. If a heart do lack a hide, let him seek a Rosaline. If a cat will still be kind, so must Rosaline. He who must sheaf and bind, then to cart with Rosaline. The sweetest nut hath the most sour rind, and such a nut is Rosaline. Love's sweetest rose scent we shall find, and love's prick is Rosaline. These are a very vile set of verses. Why do you infect yourself with them?
Peace, you dull fool. I found them on a tree.
Then the tree yields bad fruit.
It will be the earliest fruit in the country, for you'll be rotten ere you be half ripe.
You may be right, but I say let the forest be the judge.
Peace. Here comes my sister, reading. Stand aside.
Why should this a desert be for Zen people? No, tongues I'll hang on every tree, that shall civil sayings show, but upon the fairest bows, or at every sentence end, will I Rosalinda write, teaching all that read to know, the quintessence of every sprite, heaven would in little show, therefore heaven nature charged, that one body should be filled, with all graces wide enlarged, nature presently distilled, Helen's cheek, but not her heart, Cleopatra's majesty, Atalanta's better part, sad Lucretia's modesty. This Rosalind of many parts, by heavenly synod was devised, of many faces, eyes, and hearts, to have the touches dearest prized. Heaven would that she these gifts should have, and I to live and die her slave. You okay?
O most gentle pulpiter, what tedious homily of love have you wearied your parishioners withal, and never cried, have patience, good people.
Ha now, back friends. Go off, shepherd. Go with him, sirrah.
Come, shepherd, let us go, not with bag and baggage, but with script and scrimmage. Let's walk this way. My sheep, my sheep, my sheep, my sheep. I'm sorry.
Have you heard these verses?
Oh, I heard them all, and more too. For some of them had more feet than the verses would bear.
That is no matter. The feet will bear the verses.
Nay, but the feet were lame, and could not bear themselves without the verse, and therefore stood lamely in the verse.
But hast thou come to wonder how thy name should be carved and hanged and upon every tree?
I was 7 of the 9 days out of the wonder before you came. For look you what I found on a palm tree. I've never been so berhymed.
Know you who hath done this?
Is it a man?
Aye, and a chain that you once wore about his neck. Change you color?
Aye, but who?
Oh, Lord, it is a hard matter for friends to meet. and mountains be moved by earthquakes, and so encounter.
Nay, but who is it?
Is it possible?
I pray thee now, with most petitionary vehemence, tell me who it is.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful, and most wonderful, wonderful, and yet again wonderful, and after that, out of all hooping.
Good my complexion, dost thou think that, though I am comparisoned in all points like a man, that I have a doublet and hose in my disposition? Tell me who it is, quickly, and speak apace.
It is young Orlando, the one who tripped up your heart and the wrestler's heel in an instant.
The devil take mocking. Speak, sad brow, and true maid.
I faith, cuz 'tis he.
Orlando?
Orlando.
Alas, the day! Oh, what shall I do with my doublet and hose? What did he when thou sawest him? What said he? How looked he? Where and went he? Did he ask for me? And when wilt thou see him again? Answer me in one word.
First, you must bar me Gargantua's mouth, for it is too big a word to answer yes and no to these particulars, as in a catechism.
But does he know that I am in the forest and dressed like a man? Looks he as freshly as he did the day he wrestled?
Give me audience, good madam.
Proceed.
There he laid, on the ground, like a dropped acorn.
It may well be called Jove's tree when it drops forth such fruit.
He was laying there, stretched along, like a wounded knight.
Though it be a pity to see such a sight, it well becomes the ground.
Cry holla to thy tongue. He was furnished like a hunter.
Oh, ominous, he comes to kill my heart.
I could sing my song without a tune, but thou bringest me out of tune.
Do you not know that I am a woman? When I think, I must speak. Who comes here? 'Tis he. Slink by and note him.
I thank you for your company, but I as lief been by myself, alone.
And so had I, but yet for fashion's sake, I thank you for your society.
God be with you. Let's meet as little as we can.
I do desire we be better strangers.
I pray you, mar no more trees with writing love songs in their barks.
I pray you, mar no more of my verses by reading them ill-favoredly.
Rosalind is thy love's name?
Yes, just.
I don't like her name.
There was no thought of pleasing you when she was christened.
What, stature is she of?
Just as high as my heart.
Oh, you are full of pretty little answers. Are you not acquainted with goldsmiths' wives and con them out of their rings?
Not so, but I answer you right painted clock. Once, it seems, you have studied your questions.
You have a nimble wit. Let us sit here and mock against the world, our mistress, in all our misery.
I will chide no brother in this world but myself, to whom I know most faults.
The only fault you have is that you are in love.
And that is not a fault I will change for your best virtue.
I tarry with you no longer. I was searching for a fool when I found you.
He has drowned in the brook, but look in, and you shall see him.
There I shall see my own figure.
Which I take to either be a fool or a cipher.
I bid you adieu. Goodbye, Signor Love.
I am glad of your departure. Adieu, Monsieur Melancholy.
Celia! I will speak to him, like a saucy lackey, and in that habit play the knave with him. Do you hear, Forrester?
Very well. What would you?
I pray you, tell me what is o'clock.
You asked me the time o' day. Yet there is no clock in the forest.
Then there be no true lover in the forest. Out sighing every minute and groaning every hour, could detect the lazy foot of time as well as a clock.
Huh. Would the swift foot of time not be as proper?
Nay, time travels in diverse paces with diverse persons. I'll tell thee who time trots withal, and who he gallops withal.
Who doth he trot withal?
He trots hard with a young maid, between the day of her marriage contract and the day it is solemnized. For, if the interim be but a sennight, time's heavy pace would seem like 7 years.
Who doth he gallop withal?
He gallops with his thief to the gallows, for though he go as soft as foot can fall, he fears himself there too soon.
Where dwell you, pretty youth?
Here, on the skirts of the forest, with the shepherdess, my sister, like fringe on a petticoat.
Are you native of this place?
Aye, as the coney you see dwell where she is kindled.
But your accent is something finer than you could purchase in so removed a dwelling.
I have been told so of many. Indeed, an old religious uncle of mine taught me to speak. I thank God I am not a woman, to be touched with so many giddy offenses as he has taxed their whole sex withal.
I pray you, remember some of the principal evils he laid to charge of women.
There were no such principles, as they were all like each other as halfpence are. Each one fault seeming monstrous, till his own faults came to market.
I pray you, recount some of them.
I will not cast away my physic except on those who are sick. There is a man, haunts this forest, who abuses our young plants by carving Rosalind in their barks, hangs odes on hawthorns and elegies on brambles, all forsooth deifying the name of Rosalind. If I could meet this fancy monger, I would give him good counsel, for he seems to have the quotidian of love upon him.
I am he that is so love-shaked. I pray you, tell me your remedy.
There are none of my uncle's marks upon you. He taught me how to note a man in love.
What were his marks?
A blue eye and sunken, which you have not. An unquestionable spirit, which you have not. Then your hose should be ungartered, your shoe untied, your sleeve unbuttoned, and everything about you demonstrating a careless desolation. But you are no such man. You are rather point device in your accoutrements, and seeming to love yourself more than being the lover of any other.
Fair youth, I would I could make thee believe I love.
Make me believe it? You may as well make her that you love believe it, which she is apter to do than confess she does. But are you he that hangs the verses on the trees?
I swear by the white hand of Rosalind, I am that he, that unfortunate he.
And are you so in love as your rhymes speak?
Nor rhyme nor reason can express just how much.
Love is merely a madness, and deserves as much a madhouse and whip as madmen do. And the reason they are not so punished and cured is that the lunacy is so ordinary that the whippers are in love too. But I profess curing it by counsel.
Have you ever cured any so?
I, one, and in this manner. He was to imagine me his love, his mistress, and I set him every day to woo me, at which point I would be effeminate, changeable, now like him, now loathe him, then entertain him, then forswear him, now weep for him, then spit on him, at which point I drave my suitor from his mad humor of love to a living humor of madness, and thus I cured him. And there will I take it upon me to wash your liver so clean as a sound sheep's heart, that there be not a spot of love in it.
I will not be cured so, youth.
I would cure you, if you but call me Rosalind and come every day to my cote to woo me. Wilt thou go?
Now, by the faith of my love, I will. Where is it?
Come with me, and I'll show it to you. By the way, you'll tell me where in the forest you reside. Will you go?
Yes, good youth.
No, you must call me Rosalind. Come, sister. Will you go?
Oh, sister.
come apace, sweet Audrey, good Audrey. Audrey, am I the man yet? Doth my features content you?
Your features won't what features?
I am here with you, Audrey, and your goats is the most capricious poet, honest Ovid, was amongst the Goths.
Whom knowledge is inhabited, worse than Jove in a thatched house. Can you believe this guy?
Audrey, when a great man's wit is not understood, or his thoughts are not seconded by the forward child, it kills a man like a great reckoning in a small room. How I wish the gods had made thee poetical.
I do not know what poetical is. Is it honest in deeds and words? Is it a true thing?
No, truly, for the truest poetry is the most feigning. And lovers are given to poetry, and what they often do swear in poetry, they often do feign.
Would you pray then that the gods had made me poetical?
No, truly, unless thou were hard favored, for those swear to me thou art honest.
Would you not have me honest?
To have honesty coupled unto beauty is honey a sauce to sugar.
A material fool! Seriously, give up!
I am not fair, and therefore pray the gods make me honest.
To cast away honesty upon a foul tramp is to put good meat into an unclean dish.
I am not a tramp, though I thank the gods I am foul.
Well, praise to the gods for your foulness. Trampiness may come hereafter, but until that end, I will marry thee. Woman, I'm not finished speaking. There's more to say. And to that, I have met with Lady Olivia Martex, the vicar of the next town, and she has agreed to meet us here and dispatch us under this tree.
I would fain see this meeting. Seriously, don't want to see it.
God give us joy.
A lesser man may stagger in this attempt, but with no temple but the woods, no assembly but horned beast, but courage. Wait, here comes Lady Olivia Martex. Ah! Lady Olivia Martex, will you dispatch us here under this tree, or shall we go with you to your temple?
What, is there none here to give the woman?
I will not take her as a gift of any man.
Truly, if she is not given, the marriage will not be lawful.
You make this complicated.
Proceed, proceed. I'll give her.
That guy's dressed funny.
Milady.
Aye, good sir, you are well met. It's great to see you again. Ah, cover thy head, cover thy head.
Will you be married, Motley?
Well, a falcon has her bells, and the horse his curb, and the pigeons be billing, and, well, marriage be nibbling.
What, you being a man of your breeding, be married under a bush like a beggar? Get you to church, and have a good priest tell you what marriage is. This, madam, will join you together like wainscot, and one of you will prove the green timber, and warp.
I am not in mind that I should be married of her, but I am better to be married of her than another, for she is not likely to marry me well, and therefore soon after I can leave my wife. Hey ladies, call me.
Come, Motley, I will counsel thee.
Come, Audrey, we must be married or live in bawdry. Goodbye, Miss Olivia. Not, oh brave Olivia. Certainly not, oh sweet Olivia. I will not wed with you today. Like I said, Audrey, women who are young and beautiful have the gift of knowing.
'Tis no matter. Ne'er a fantastical knave of them shall flout me of my calling.
Never talk to me. I will weep.
But I think
crying does not become a man.
Have I not cause to weep?
Good a cause as any, so therefore, weep.
His very hair is of a dissembling color.
Something browner than Judas's own Mary. His kisses are Judas's children.
Hey, Faith, his hair is of a good color.
Aye, 'tis a chestnut color. What a wonderful color.
But why say he comes this morning, and comes he not?
I think there is no truth in him.
Do you think so?
I think he not a picked purse, nor a horse stealer, but for his verity and love, I think he is good as a worm-eaten nut.
Not true in love?
When he is in, but I don't think he's in.
You have heard him swear downright that he was.
Was is not is. And the words of a lover is as true as the words of a tapster. You can't believe either. He attends in the forest on the Duchess, your mother.
I met with the Duchess yesterday and had good question with her. She asked me of what parentage I was. I told her of as good as she. She laughed and let me go. But what speak we of mothers when there's such a man as Orlando?
Aye, what a brave man. He writes brave verses, speaks them bravely, writes brave oaths, breaks them bravely. He spurs his horse on one side and breaks his staff like a noble goose on the other. Look, who comes here?
Mistresses and masters, you've often inquired about the young shepherd who was sitting on the lawn with me complaining of love and then praising the scornful, disdainful shepherdess that was his mistress.
Aye, and what of him?
If you would like to see the pageant played out between a long-lost true love and the red glare of disdainful, scornful, come with me hither, and I will show you if you will mark it.
You show us the way, and you shall see I'll prove a busy actor in their play.
Come with me.
Sweet Phoebe, do not scorn me. Phoebe, say you love me not, the common executioner, whose axe fall not upon the humble neck, but first begs pardon. Will thee be sterner than he who lives and dies by bloody drops?
I would not be thy executioner. Thou tellest me there is murder in mine eye. 'Tis pretty sure and very probable that eyes, that are the frailest, softest things, who close their coward gates on atomies, should be called tyrants, butchers, murderers. Now show me the wound mine eye hath made in thee. Scratch thee between a pin, and there remains some scar of it. And now mine eyes, which I have darted at thee, hurt thee not, nor I am sure there is no force in eyes that can do hurt.
Oh, Phoebe, if ever shall you meet a fresh new cheek, the power of fancy, then ever shall you know the invisible wounds that love keen arrows make.
But until that time, come not thou near me, and when that time comes, afflict me with thy mocks, pity me not, for until that time, I will not pity thee.
And why, I pray you? You're not beautiful enough to go to bed with a lit candle. Must you then be proud and pitiless? What means this? Why look you so upon me? Oh, it's my will. I fear she intends to entertain my eyes too. No, proud mistress, hope not after it. 'Tis not your black silk hair nor cheek of cream that can entain my spirits. You foolish shepherd, wherefore do you follow her? You are 1,000 times a proper man than she, a woman. But mistress, know yourself. Down on your knees and thank heaven for a good man's love. So take her to thee, shepherd. Fare you well.
Sweet youth, I pray you, chide a year together. I'd rather hear you chide than this man woo.
He'd fall in love with your foulness, and she'd fall in love with my anger. Therefore, as fast as she doth answer thee with frowning looks, all sauce her her with bitter words. Why look you so upon me?
For no ill will I bear you.
I pray you, fall not in love with me, for I am falser than vows made while drunk. Besides, I like you not. Why look you so upon me? Come, sister, will you go? Shepherdess, look on him better. He's the only person in the world who finds you beautiful.
You're nuts.
Now I understand what you mean by you've never loved until you've fallen in love at first sight.
Sweet Phoebe.
Huh? What sayest thou, Sylvius?
Sweet Phoebe, pity me.
Why, I am sorry for thee, gentle Sylvius.
I would have you!
Why, that were covetousness. I used to hate thee, and yet it is not that I bear thee love. But since thou canst talk of love very well, your company, which was irksome to me, I will endure, and I will make use of thee, but do not look for further recompense.
Oh, Phoebe, my love for you is so pure and perfect, and I'm in such a bad way that I'll be grateful for whatever leftover love you just threw my way. Every once in a while, toss me a distracted smile, and I'll live on that.
Knowest now the youth that spoke to me?
Not very well, though I have met him oft. He now owns the cottage and bounds that the old Carlet once was master of.
Think not that I love him, though I ask for him. 'Tis but a peevish boy, yet he speaks well. It is a pretty youth, he will make a proper man. I will write to him a very taunting letter, and thou wilt bear it. Wilt thou, Sylvius?
Phoebe, with all my heart!
I will write it straight, the matters in my head and in my heart. Go with me, Sylvius.
I pray thee, youth, I do desire to get to know thee better.
They say you are a melancholy fellow.
I am so. I do much love it better than laughing.
Those that are in extremity of either are abominable fellows, and betray themselves worse than drunkards.
I have not the scholar's melancholy, which is emulation, nor the musician's, which is fantastical, nor the lover's, which is both of these. It is a melancholy of mine own, that wraps me in the most humorous of sadness.
A traveler? Why, then you have good reason to be sad. I fear you have sold your lands to seek out other men's, and then to have little and see much is to have rich eyes and poor hands.
I have gained my experience.
And your experience makes you sad. I'd rather have a fool to make me merry than experience to make me sad, and to travel for it too.
Good day and happiness, dear Ganny. Rosalind.
God be with you. And you, talk in plain verse.
Farewell, Monsieur Traveler. How now, Orlando? Where have you been all this while? You a lover, and you serve me such another trick. Never come in my sight more.
But Rosalind, I come within an hour of my promise.
Break an hour's promise in love. He that will divide a minute into 1,000 parts, and break but a part of the 1,000th part of a minute in the affairs of love. It may be said of him that Cupid hath clapped him on the shoulder, but I'll warrant him heart whole.
Pardon me.
Hey!
I pray you.
Nay, and you serve me such another trick. Come no more in my sight. I'd rather be wooed of a snail.
Of a snail?
Aye, of a snail. For though he comes slowly, he carries his house on his head. Besides that, he brings his destiny with him.
And what's that?
Why, horns. For through them we already know he is unfaithful. But he comes armed in his fortune and prevents the slander of his wife.
But virtue is no horn maker, and my Rosalind is virtuous.
And I am your Rosalind.
He hath of Rosalind a better leer than you.
Come, woo me, for I am in a more holiday humor and like enough to consent. What would you say to me, were I your very, very Rosalind?
I would kiss before I spoke.
Nay, you had better speak first. Good orators, when they are out, they spit. And for lovers lacking matter, the cleanliest shift is to kiss.
But what if the kiss be denied?
Why, then she puts you onto entreaties, and there begins new matter.
What, of my suit?
Not out of your apparel, but out of your suit. Am I not your Rosalind?
It pleases me to call you so, for I would be thinking of her.
Well, in her person, I say I will not have you.
Then in mine own person I die.
No, Faith. Men have died from time to time, and worms have eaten them, but not for love.
Well, I protest. Could not have my right Rosalind in this mind, for I protest, her frown might kill me.
By this hand it will not kill a fly. But come, I'll be your Rosalind, and in a more coming-on disposition. Ask me what you will, I will grant it.
Then love me, Rosalind.
Aye, and 20 such.
Then wilt thou have me?
Aye, Fridays and Saturdays and all.
What sayest thou?
Are you not good?
I hope so.
Why then, can one desire too much of a good thing? Come, cousin. You will be the priest and marry us. Give me your hand, Orlando. What sayest thou?
I cannot say the words.
I pray thee, marry us.
You must begin. Will you, Orlando?
Fine. Will you, Orlando, take this Rosalind to be your wife?
I will.
Aye, but when?
For as fast as she can marry us.
Then you must say, I take thee, Rosalind, for wife.
I take thee, Rosalind, for wife.
And how long will you have her after you have possessed her?
Forever and a day.
Say the day without the ever. No, no, Orlando. Men are April when they woo, December when they wed. Maids are May when they are maids, but the sky changes when they are wives. I will be as jealous of thee as a barbercock pigeon over his hen.
But will my Rosalind do so?
By my word, she will do as I do.
Oh, but she is wise.
Or else she could not have the wit to do this.
For these 2 hours I must leave thee.
No, Faith, I cannot lack thee 2 hours.
I must attend the Duchess at dinner. I will be with thee by 2 o'clock.
Go your ways, go your ways. 2 o'clock is your hour.
Aye, sweet Rosalind.
If you break one jot of your promise, or come within 1 minute after your hour, I will think thee the most unworthy of she you call Rosalind, and chosen out of the gross band of the unfaithful. Therefore, beware my censure, and keep your promise.
I, with no less religion, if thou wert my very Rosalind. Adieu.
You have simply misused our sex for your love prate.
Oh, cuz, my pretty little cuz. Didst thou know how many fathoms deep I am in love? But my affection hath an unknown bottom. I'll tell thee, I cannot be without his company. I'll go find a shadow and sigh till he returns. What was his problem?
I don't know. You seem lost.
I don't know.
He came back. Forgot this on the road. My earnest to you, fair youth. My dearest Phoebe, bid me give you this. I know not the contents, though I do say with the waspish action and stern brow which he did use writing it, it bears an angry tenor. Forgive me, I'm but a guiltless messenger.
Patience herself would startle at the contents of this letter. Bear this, bear all. She says I am not fair, that I lack manners, and that she could not love me. Hodes my will. Her love is not the hare that I do hunt. Why writes she so to me? Well, shepherd, well, this is a letter of your own device.
No, I protest, I know not the contents. Phoebe did write it.
I think he doth protest a little too much.
Why, 'tis a cruel and boisterous style. I saw her hand. She hath a leathern hand, a housewife's hand. But that's no matter. I say she never did invent this letter. This is a man's invention and his hand.
Sure it is hers.
Come, come, you are a fool, and turn to the extremity of love. Wilt thou hear the letter?
If it pleases you, for I've not heard it yet, though I've heard too much of Phoebe's cruelty.
Mark how the tyrant writes. Art thou God to shepherd turned, that a maiden's heart hath burned? Can a woman rail thus?
Call you this railing?
Whilst the eye of man did woo me, that could do no vengeance to me, meaning me, a beast. Whilst you chide me, I did love. How then might your prayers move? He that brings this love to thee, little knows this love in me, and by him seal up thy mind, whether that's thy youth and kind will the faithful offer take of me, and all that I can make. Or else by him my love deny, and then I'll study how to die.
Call you this chiding?
Alas, poor shepherd.
Do you pity him?
Yes.
He deserves no pity. Wilt thou love such a woman? To be turned into an instrument and play false strains, not to be endured? Well, go your ways, for I see that love hath made thee a tame snake. And tell her this of me, that if she doth love me, I charge her to love thee. And if she will not, I will not have her. If you be a lover, and not a word, go your ways, for here comes more company.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
He's crazy.
Yes.
Oh, good morrow, fair youths. Please tell me if you know where in this forest stands a sheepcote fenced with olive trees.
West of this place, left on your right hand, brings you to the place. But I tell you, it keeps itself at this hour. Oh. Why is she looking for it? I don't know.
That an eye should profit by a tongue. I should know you by your description. The boy is fair, of female favor, and bestows himself like a ripe sister. And the woman, lower and browner than her brother. Are you not the ones I have inquired after?
It is no boast being asked to say that we are.
It is I, Amiens. Oh. Orlando doth commend him to you both, and asked me to bestow on him he calls his Rosalind this bloodied napkin. Are you he?
I am. What are we to understand by this?
Some of my own shame, if you should know the how and why and where this handkerchief came to be soiled.
I pray you, tell it.
When Orlando left you, he promised to return in 2 hours' time. And as he was walking through the forest, he found me asleep under a tree. A snake coiled around my neck. Seeing Orlando, it unlinked itself and slinked under a bush where a lion was crouching. Orlando fought the beast, but the lion tore into his arm. Whereupon I awoke, bound his wounds, and he sent me here to tell you this, that you might forgive his broken promise.
Ganymede! Sweet cousin Ganymede!
Many will swoon when they do look on blood.
There's more to it than that.
Look, he recovers.
I would I were at home.
Let us get you thence. You look paler and paler.
Come, youth, you being a man, you lack a man's heart.
Come, let us go home.
Will you go with us?
Yes, for I must tell Orlando how you answer him.
I will devise something. Will you go?
Rub some dirt in it. Oh, hush.
Audrey, sweet Audrey, patience. We'll find a time.
Faithful priest was good enough for all old gentlemen saying.
A most wicked Olivia, a most vile Martex. But Audrey, there is a youth here in the forest that lays claim to you.
Ay, I know who 'tis, though he has no interest in me in all the world. Here comes he now.
Good evening, Audrey.
God ye good evening, William.
Good evening to you, kind sir.
Love, cover your head, cover thy head. How old are you?
You see,
It's leap year.
Yeah, so that one down. Do I carry the 1 or the 4?
The 3.
The 3, okay, so, yes. I'm 5 and 20, sir. Yep.
5 and 20.
Yep.
5 and 20. Is thy name William?
No, sir. It's William. Lots of people get that wrong. I have a whole TED Talk on it. Really should look that up.
I use Google.
I use Bing.
Really? Art thou rich?
I guess you could say fair. So-so.
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 So-so is...
So-so.
So-so is very good, and
Very
yet
good.
it is not.
Nope.
It's only so-so.
It is only so-so.
Was thou born in the forest here?
I thank God.
He thanks God. Good answer. Big Catholic town. Art thou wise?
Sir, I guess you could say have a, purty wit.
Keep that arm there.
Okay.
I do remember a saying. The heathen philosopher, when he wants a grape, puts it to his lips, and therefore proves that grapes were meant to be eaten and lips were meant to be opened. Dost thou love this maid?
I do.
Art thou learned?
Nope.
Then learn this of me. To have is to have a figure in rhetoric. When one wants a drink and he pours it from a cup into a glass, he doth fill one by emptying the other. Therefore, all your writers agree that the Isby is he, but you are not he, for I me.
Which he, sir?
He, sir, that must marry this woman. So abandon which is vulgar in society, and the boorish company of this female. In the common which is woman, together which is abandoned in society this woman, or thou perish. Thou to better translate thy life into death, thy liberty into bondage. I will deal with thee in steel, poison and bastino. I will kill thee 150 ways. Now tremble and keep heart.
Go, good William.
God rest your very good sir.
I got rid of him, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Good.
Master and Mrs. Our parents seek us right now. Come along, come away.
Come, Sugums. I will not drop you in the balls again. My hat. He took the other one.
How now, Orlando? How grieves me to see thee wear thy heart in a scarf.
It's my arm.
I thought thy heart had been wounded with the claws of a lion.
It has been wounded, but with the eyes of a lady.
Why then, tomorrow I cannot serve your turn for Rosalind.
I can live no longer by thinking.
Know of me then, for now I speak to some purpose. For I know you are a man of good conceit. Believe then, if you will, that I can do strange things. I have since I was 3-year-old conversed with a magician, most profound in his art, yet not damnable. If you love Rosalind so near your heart as your gestures speak, why then tomorrow shall you marry her.
Speakest thou in sober meanings?
By my life I do, which I tender dearly, though I say I am a magician. Therefore, put you in your best array, bid your friends, for tomorrow you shall be married, and to Rosalind, if you will. Look, here comes a lover of mine and a lover of hers.
You have done me much ungentleness to show the letter that I writ to you.
I care not if I have. 'Tis my study to seem despiteful and ungentle to you. You are there followed by a faithful shepherd. Look upon him. Love him. He worships you.
Good shepherd, tell this youth what 'tis to love.
It's to be all made of sighs and tears. But so am I for Phoebe.
And I for Ganymede. And I for Rosalind.
And I for no woman.
It's to be all made of faith and service. And so am I for Phoebe.
And I for Ganymede. And I for Rosalind.
And I for no woman.
It's to be all made of passion, all dedication and all wishes, all observance and trial and humbleness and patience and impatience, all purity, trial, and observance. So am I for Phoebe.
And I for Ganymede. And I for Rosalind.
And I for no woman.
If this be so, why blame you me to love you?
If this be so, why blame you me to love you?
If this be so, why blame you me to love you?
Who do you speak to? Why blame you me to love you?
To her that is not here, nor doth hear.
I pray you no more of this. 'Tis like the howling of Irish wolves against the moon. I will help you, if I can. I would love you, if I could. Tomorrow meet all together. I'll marry you, if ever I married a woman, and I shall be married tomorrow. I will satisfy you, if ever I satisfied a man, and you shall be married tomorrow. I'll content you, if what pleases you contents you. As you love Phoebe, meet. As you love Rosalind, meet. And as I love no woman, I'll meet. Therefore, go your ways. I have left you commands.
I will not fail if I live.
Nor I. Nor I.
Do you believe that the boy can do all that he hath promised?
I sometimes do believe, and sometimes do not. For those that fear, they hope, and know they fear.
Patience while our compact is urged. You say if I bring your Rosalind, you will bestow her here on Orlando.
Aye, and that I had a kingdom to give with her.
You say you will have her when I bring her?
Aye, if I were all kingdom's king.
You say you will marry me, if I be willing.
That would I, should I die the hour after.
But, if you do refuse to marry me, you'll bestow yourself here on this shepherd.
So is the bargain.
You say you'll marry Phoebe, if she be willing.
As though to have her and death were both one thing.
I have promised to make all this matter even. Keep your word, O Duchess, to give your daughter. Do yours, Orlando, to receive her daughter. Keep your word, Phoebe, that you'll marry me, or else, in refusing me, give yourself to this most faithful shepherd. Keep your word, Silvius, that you'll marry her in refusing me. And from hence I go to make all these doubts even.
I do notice some lively touches of my daughter in that shepherd boy.
My lady, the first time I had met him, he thought he was the brother to your daughter. But he insists he was forest-born and just was taught in different studies done by his uncle, who he claims to be a great magician, oppressed in the circle of this forest.
There is sure another flood toward, and these couples are coming to the ark. Here come a very pair of strange beasts, which in all languages are called fools.
Greetings and salutations.
My good lady, this is the motley-minded gentleman I so often met in the forest. He says he was a courtier. He swears.
If any man doubteth, let him put me to my purgatation.
Ah, be he swift and sensuous.
By the fool's bold and such dulcet diseases.
As you can see, my lady, he is as good at anything, and yet a fool.
Ah, he uses his folly as a stalking horse, and from that shoots his wit.
Then there is mirth in heaven, when earthly things made even atone together. Good Duchess, receiveth thy daughter. Hymen from heaven has brought her, yea, brought her hither, that thou should join her hand with his, whose heart within his bosom is.
To you I give myself, for I am yours.
Truth be sight, you are my daughter.
To you I give myself, for I am yours.
If there be truth in sight, then thou art my Rosalind.
If sight and shape be true, why then, my love, adieu.
I'll have no mother, if you be not she. I'll have no husband, if you be not he. Nor ne'er wed a woman, if you be not she.
This wedding must not continue. I know you probably do not recognize me with this mask on, but it is I, Charles the Wrestler. Perhaps you believed that I was dead after the wrestling, but with my last breath, I caught sight of you, Celia, and fell madly in love. And from that, I gained the will to live. So I put on a disguise and wandered into the forest. I did not know that that was a thing everyone was doing these days. So that I could find you and ask you, will you marry me?
No.
No!
See?
Ole!
Peace, ho! I bar confusion. 'Tis I must make conclusion of these most strange events. Here is 8 who must take hands and join in Hymen's wedding bands, if truth holds true contents. You and you, no cross shall part. You and you are heart and heart. You to his love must accord, or else a woman be your lord. You and you are sure together as winter to foul weather. Whilst the wedding hymn we sing, feed yourselves on questioning, that wonder reason may diminish how thus we met and these things finish.
I say,
Sing it, sister.
wedding, wedding is great. Juno's crown, a blessing of the board and bed. Just hymen peoples every town. I wedlock then be honored. I say honor, honor, honor and renown to hymen, goddess of every town. I say honor, 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 honor and renown. I say honor, 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 honor and renown. I say honor, 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 honor and renown to hymen, to hymen, to hymen, goddess of every
Welcome, dear niece. It's great to see you, and daughter in no less degree.
I will not eat my word. Now thou art mine. Thy face, thy fancy, to thee doth combine.
I am the second son of Sir Rowan that bring these tidings to this fair assembly. Duchess Frederica, hearing that every day men of great worth resorted to this forest, addressed a mighty power which were on foot, in her own conduct, purposely to take her sister here and put her to the sword. And to the skirts of this wild wood she came, where meeting with an old religious man, after some question with him, was converted, both from her enterprise and from the world, her crown bequeathing to her banished sister, and all their land resorted to them, again that were with her exiled. This to be true, I do engage my life.
It's good to be the king. I got boo-boo. Did I hear you correctly that the queen has given up the pompous court and take up the religious life?
She hath.
Then to her will I, for much to be is heard and learned from these converts. Duchess, to you, to your former honor I bequeath, your virtue and patience well deserve it. You to a love that a true love doth merit. You to your life and lords and allies.
Broke an arm yet?
A little bit. You to a well-deserved bed. You to your wanderings. For your voyage is but 2 months victualed.
That's why I told the girls to call me.
You to your wrangling. I am for other than dancing measures.
Stay, Jaquise.
Stay.
No, I will not.
Go.
Give me a second. I will stay to know, Duchess, at your abandoned cave.
Bye-bye.
Please.
Bye. Have fun.
Please proceed with the revelry. Let's have dance.
It was a lover and his lass, with a hey, with a ho, with a hey, nonny non with a hey, nonny non ding don. that o'er the green cornfields did pass in springtime, in springtime, in springtime, the only pretty ring time when birds do sing. Hey, ding-a-ding-a-ding, hey, ding-a-ding-a-ding, hey, ding-a-ding-a-ding, sweet lovers love the spring. Between the acres of the rye, with a hay, with a hoe, with a hay, nonny non with a hay, nonny nonny non. These pretty lovers take their time with a hay, with a hoe, with a hay, nonny non with a hay, nonny nonny non. For love is crowned in the prime, in springtime, in springtime, in springtime, the only pretty ring time when birds do sing. Hey, ding-a-ding-a-ding, hey, ding-a-ding-a-ding, hey, ding-a-ding-a-ding, sweet lovers love the spring. So pretty lovers take their time with a hay, with a hoe, with a hay, nonny non with a hay, nonny nonny non. For love is crowned in the prime, in springtime, in springtime, in springtime, the only pretty ring time when birds do sing. Hey, ding-a-ding-a-ding, hey, ding-a-ding-a-ding, hey, ding-a-ding-a-ding, sweet lovers love the spring. Between the acres of the rye, with a hay, with a hoe, with a hay, nonny non with a hay, nonny nonny non. These pretty country folk would lie in springtime, in springtime, in springtime, the only pretty ring time when birds do sing. Hey, ding-a-ding-a-ding, hey, ding-a-ding-a-ding, hey, ding-a-ding-a-ding, sweet lovers love the spring. In springtime, in springtime, the only pretty ring time when birds do sing. Hey, ding-a-ding-a-ding, hey, ding-a-ding-a-ding, hey, ding-a-ding-a-ding, sweet lovers love the spring.
Thank you for coming out tonight. Have a wonderful evening. We still have refreshments for sale if you're interested. And thank you very much for supporting Recycled Shakespeare Company.
Now go home, I'm tired.